Arlo is back and he's here saying,
"A person of your stature shouldn't be this confident."
That's funny, because your mom said the same thing too. Changed her tune real quick. Midnight or after January 24th, 2022, ladies and gents. Until they change again, Arlo will have Bagon. Now, actually, I think this would have been like December of 2019. Arlo used to have Bagon back in the days. A little bit has changed for our options of what we can take on Bagon with. I did just upload a Cliff video a while ago where we were kind of like handicapping ourselves. You know, we were nerfing it. Like, if you can just go in with 3,000 CP plus Pokemon, a lot of the times you can outmuscle these Team Go Rocket leaders because they've just made them so much easier over the years. It's the bane of my existence because I want them to be like as much of a challenge as possible. At least Giovanni sometimes trips people up, but regardless, we're gonna do a similar thing here. You know, there are certainly, like, you could go with 3,000 CP, ice types, fairy types, probably knock out this Bagon mostly easily. The main differential will be whether it's using Ember, like it is right here, or whether it's using Bite. So if you are struggling, just make sure to put those type advantages, weaknesses, resistance, all that stuff into account. And so the full playlist for Arlo this go-around, being that he has Bagon now, I'll keep the past videos as well so that you guys can see some options there too. So this potential playlist that we could have, you know, will include videos from 2019, 2020. Now, I picked Walrein because we did actually, at the time of this recording, just have the Spheal Community Day somewhat recently. Hopefully a lot of you guys would have like a decent Walrein that you could use with Icicle Spear. That's kind of the main thing. You do want that move. Powder Snow, Icicle Spear, somewhat spammy. The one thing is, Walrein did, of course, just take neutral damage from Bagon's Ember rather than resisting that. It's because of the water type, so if you were to throw another ice type out while Bagon is using fire, it's actually, Bagon's gonna deal super effective damage to it. Potentially could beat you if you're within the Great Leagues or whatever, close to that. Now, Team Go Rocket, they're gonna scale the CP to be higher or lower based on your trainer level. So I'm coming at this from a level 46 account, and so let's say that you came at this from somewhere in the 20s or the 30s. You're gonna be fighting Pokemon that are, I would say, somewhat significantly lower in CP amounts than the ones that I'm fighting right here. So this is good, right? Because if I put myself below the Great Leagues but fight Pokemon that might be higher up than the ones that you're going to be fighting, it's a good display in increasing your chances of winning, essentially, because you could fight them with Pokemon higher than the Great Leagues. So we're literally sending in the Delphox just to get 2 hits, and then we're going to go ahead and switch into Dedenne. That's the one that we wanted to take on this Blastoise. We know Blastoise is weak to Electric, but Dedenne really, the advantage here is against a Blastoise using Bite. You can use Pokemon like Togekiss or like Virizion because they have that dual type. Fairy's gonna resist the dark of Bite, as well as fighting, in Virizion's case, gonna resist the dark attack, while also dealing super effective damage. So Dedenne's now just kind of this, we're here in 2022, but one of these Pokemon that's released since I had that Arlo playlist of old, back in those days, and he's still sticking with Scizor most of the time in that final spot. It doesn't mean you're gonna get it every time, but most of the time, I seem to encounter Scizor. I mean, I've done just hundreds of these Team Go Rocket fights, and that's what ends up happening. Delphox, once again, is just kind of that more later choice, you know, 2020s later on. Just a fire type, you know, you just need a fire to go up against Scizor. Scizor is gonna take doubly super effective damage, you know, 256% damage from fire types rather than just the usual 156%. And so, like I say, I'll build out the playlist with some of the old videos as well, but we can go ahead and click an end screen on screen right here if you do want to see another one and you're struggling. And thanks for viewing.